Okay. I'm going to switch it to in-game as the players that are available are here now. So welcome and let's go. I believe you left off on the beach. I have my paperwork here.
I was trying to speed run this to level 3, but it wasn't happening.
You almost got it. You're basically a step away. So prepare for level 3 this session, I would guess. Okay, you're on the beach. Do you need me to relist everything that was here? I can refresh. Alright. So let's see here. I believe I had said, your hopes to find a working harbor are dashed as you get to the beach. It hasn't been a beach in years. Pylons, deserted of barnacles, line the way down to a muddy bay. An occasional crab pokes out of the mud before scurrying away and burying itself again elsewhere. You can see several disintegrating prows of older ships poking out of the muck. By the new waterline is a pile of 4 rocks jutting from the mud. They stand at a height that would have once been above the original bay line. Anyway, so this is clearly no longer a functional port area.
Well, I think it, warrants some investigation, perhaps?
Perhaps. I mean, there are the prows of ships. Maybe you could find out what happened to them or look around the area. That's up to you.
Don't we have to cross a bunch of mud to get to
You
the
do.
ships?
Do we have to what? Sorry, cross the Morphin?
Some mud.
Oh, it's the mud. Have we got any way of drying that mud out in large areas? Fire spells.
Did I just hear a volunteer for Burning Hands?
I was gonna say, if we want to take a very long time, I could start using prestidigitation. It depends on how long we want to wait for me to clear all this muck.
It would take a while.
Yes, it would be 10 cubic feet every 6 seconds.
10 cubic feet? That's a lot.
I think it's 10 cubic feet, or is it 5 cubic feet?
Let me have a look.
Burning Hands? 10?
No, it's either 5 or 10 cubic feet. 1 cubic foot.
Cube. Yeah.
Per round. So in an hour, which is the duration of a single use, that would get me
Not enough.
and that'd be 600 cubic feet.
Well,
No?
that might get you to the end of the pylons.
I was gonna say, we could unbury one of the ships.
You could focus on just unburying one of the prows and see what's there, yeah.
Do you know any medium-sized mud swimming creatures?
Well, now that we have the time to take 20 on our knowledge check, I shall go browse the bestiary for a decent burrow speed. We put our heads together for a minute and think.
Okay, during the time you sit there and think in your little mud hut. Oh yay. Let me pull out my sheet. I didn't assume I'd get it right away today. I need to roll another d20.
No, I did not get to sleep. I just
Okay.
not used to being this active this early.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, oh, he forgot. Alright. I need to roll a d3, but I'll just do a d6, because whatever. You hear a little bit of chittering outside the hut.
Motherfucker.
That'll be fine.
Excuse
We'll
my
eat
language.
them.
Sorry.
We will eat them if need be.
I didn't know such thing.
and then this little creature jumps down in front of your little gap still looking over at the beach, having no idea you're behind it. And you see this little Fiora sitting there. Kind of jumps in place a little bit, chirping.
Is that the lizard things?
Yep. The ones that spit fire last time.
Ooh. We can take a bunch of those and dry out the mud.
What we should do is we should just kick it into the mud. And just... Because as it
What's your
struggles to free
triangle?
itself... As it struggles to free itself from the mud, it'll start destroying and burning away the mud.
No, not burning
Oh
it
my
away, but
gosh.
Cultifying it.
Alright, so how far is it?
It is... Well, I mean, you described the little hut to me as just space enough for you all to kind of lay against a wall and sleep overnight. And this little gap that you could look out of. It's standing in the gap looking away from you.
So I would like to attempt to tackle it using CMP to try and throw it into the mud.
Okay.
Technically it would be flat-footed, so whatever's flat-footed CMD would be, I guess.
Welcome, Dave. I'm going to move you over to the side.
No such thing.
I know.
Alright, give me your CMB.
I rolled a 10 on the die.
It's very easy to catch.
Whoa.
Like I said, I'm just trying to like shoulder check, shove it out into the mud as far as I can. So I guess it'd be a bull rush.
Roll me a d12.
Oh, that's good.
It's a very tiny lizard, and your shoulder check just sends it flying. Let's see here. It goes about 50 feet out into the mud.
I'm just gonna watch to see what it does.
It lands, and kind of hops around a little bit. You can see it sinking a tiny bit into the mud, but not much other than that. It kind of looks around very confused, and kind of starts hopping back towards you guys. And then you see, like, 6 crabs kind of come up around it and grab it and pull it back into the mud.
Ah. Good thing I
Did
did
not
that.
get-
Now we know there's giant and baby crabs in there.
Were they giant?
Well, this creature, the lizard, was, I believe, tiny. We're going to double check. Yes, it was tiny. And these crabs were very similar in size.
So for
Okay.
crabs, they're big.
Have you seen a troll crab?
Well, I mean, that's why I said for crabs.
Could someone ping exactly where we are? Just so I can
You
see
are about right here.
if there.
I would guess right here exactly, just because that's kind of the beach area that what you would have found the last night. Anything past that is mud.
Okay. Look at a little square.
Yeah, the only thing I'm seeing in those low CRs, small medium categories have very slow burrow speeds.
But they have a burrow speed.
Oh yeah, but I think it was like some a little faster than what we were doing before.
So, you know, with burning hands,
Yes?
would I be able to dry enough mud to create a pathway down to the prow of the ship?
Well, I
Does
think
it
the
last
other
long enough?
there's another question we need to ask. How much like a swamp does it smell?
How much does like a swamp does it smell? You know, there is that kind of decaying odor of plants and biological gunk
So
in the air.
other question on top of that is how much swamp gas can we estimate there to be?
You want to blow up the port?
Can I?
I was gonna say, if we, I'm not asking because if we go burning hands, and all of a sudden we're engulfed in a giant fireball because it's just swamp gas
Methane.
waiting to explode.
Give me a
on us.
knowledge nature.
That's
If
not
someone
me.
has that. That's
It's,
not you. Okay.
Somebody else.
I
That's,
think that's your oracle, sadly.
That's our oracle. He's still
I can
sleeping.
do engineering or arcana.
Let's use Knowledge Arcana to see if you could blow up something like that in the first
Are
place.
there any? Are there any?
That's a nat 20 for a total of 27.
Yes, yes. You feel that you would accidentally be able to blow up something if there was enough swamp gas.
Could I add? I'll use alchemy here to try and discern composition.
Alchemy might help. Be a little
Are there
tougher.
any religions?
Can you just light a torch and throw it out there and see if it blows up?
Well, if we go to light it and it blows up immediately in our face.
Or let's walk a bit away then.
Sure.
We'll blow up the entire island.
I did just go ahead and roll the alchemy though. So.
The alchemy is enough that you suspect there is some bit of swamp gas, but if it is, it probably would have dissipated because it's being released in areas, not everywhere.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So you suspect it should be diffused enough that it might only like increase the size of a burning hands a little bit.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
We need you for knowledge nature just 2 seconds ago. Alright, I opened up Dave's sheet for something, and I do not remember what. Was it Burning Hands? Just because I want to know the rules you have for it. 15-foot cone. Yes, okay. No, that's fine. Carry on, Dave. Just checking.
Did I roll knowledge nature or not?
They got a craft alchemy check that kind of worked for them. They were trying to see, how much swamp gas would be extruded by this beach.
Did you tick 2 of my spells, Manji, while you were in my character?
I think they were ticked from yesterday, which means
Okay,
you
I
should
would've
just
ticked.
untick them. Yeah. Okay.
I posted a possible burrow thing in the chat.
Yankee Candle?
Definitely after that.
Well,
You know,
I mean, we've come
biryani
this
sounds
far,
good.
We might as well have a look. So if I... How long does Burning Hands last right there?
It's a single round.
Cast,
So 6 seconds.
Right.
How far can I run in 6 seconds?
It would just be the 15-foot cone from where you stand to blast it.
yeah.
And how far is it to the prow of the ship?
You'd probably make it to one of the ship prows if you tried. I should probably zoom in and signify where these prows are. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and do that. There's one... Let's do a different color. Hang on. What's a good color? How about purple? Purple's good?
Or yellow for a beach? I don't know.
So you got a purple one there. There is a ship prow right here. There is one over here, and another one over here.
Oh, we need to explore all 4. And like, can you... so is our hut in the sand, or is our hut a bit away from the... Sorry, is our hut a bit away from the mud?
Your hut
just trying to
is
work
up
out-
away from the mud.
Can you kind of shade in the muddy area?
So the mud... Let's go change another color. I'm going to do this very badly. Hang on.
Does anybody have fly? Can you just fly over? and
That is pretty much the muddy area.
Not yet.
So how thick is it then? So is it only about 30 feet thick or 15 feet thick?
You're talking about how deep the mud could be?
No, just the length of it. So sandy beach ends, the
Well,
mud starts, and then
This area where the mud is used to be the bay. It's very obvious that that's the case. And this bay was large enough for some pretty big ships. The cryo drake might have been able to fit here back in the day.
Also, the mud could be quite deep then. Really,
Could be.
If it used to be. So this is all mud then. There's no real water there.
The
Almost
water
like the tide's
line
gone out.
kind of begins over where that little new bay-looking gap is.
The dark blue. Yeah.
Right.
And what are those blue dots in the middle?
Let's see if I can't like make that a darker shade. Hang on. Oh, I'm gonna get the
Sorry.
shade
So the-
wrong.
There's four.
Yeah. This is all water here. Just kind of barely filling it in.
Okay. Yeah. So there's like 4 blue things in the middle. What are those?
Those are the rocks that you suspect probably reached the surface long ago, but now are clearly sticking out of the mud and gunk in the middle of the bay, or was once the bay.
Okay. Well, could we walk around to that one that's at the top left-hand corner? Or
That's
the
what I
four
was saying.
things?
You'd be able to reach.
So it's about 15 feet of mud then, which I could dry up and we can...
About
Is everyone
30.
gonna go check it out?
About 30 feet of mud.
Oh, is it?
Mhm. Take you to cast a Burning Hands at this point.
Should we cast it, then rest, then cast it again? Is that what we should do?
How long is it going to stay dry?
Well, I mean, we're going to bake the thing, so probably quite a long time, I would have thought. Maybe, I don't know.
Dang.
But you could make a campfire and bake it.
That sounds
Is there
more
enough
like it.
wood? Is there enough wood nearby and we could just...
The tree
lay down a
line
makeshift
is
camp?
about 20 feet away from the beach. And there are plenty of trees that you could chop down and use. It'd be a little green. But they'd eventually burn.
Well, guys. I mean, should we Boy Scout it? Should we chop down a couple of trees? And I mean, how tall are these trees?
Couple are about 15 feet high, and then the rest get larger than that.
So is there a couple that are 30 feet high?
There should be.
Yeah. Should we? Do we have enough strength between us to carry a 30-foot tree?
Or we could also just roll it, because, you know, log.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
Or we
third
could just,
tree away.
or we could just chop it into smaller pieces.
I'm up for building a makeshift bridge over the... Just a couple of logs down so we could balance 1 foot on each and have a jog down in safety.
I'm playing some 7 Days to Die. No, right. The forest, my bad. Playing the forest here.
Uh-huh.
That's what we're playing. Not 7 Days to Die, technically, but no. No zombie apocalypse yet.
Anyway.
How much does one of the 30-foot trees weigh?
You know, I'm sure I can find some statistics on how much a 30-foot tree weighs. Give me a moment. I'm gonna set my notes aside so I can access my keyboard.
30-foot pine tree would weigh approximately 4,500 pounds.
4,500.
30-foot pine tree. Yep. I would guess you did the following calculations to get 4,500 pounds, 30-foot trunk, 2 feet in diameter, blah 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 cubic feet.
That is definitely the first result, yes. 30-foot tree weight.
How much could we? There's probably some other D&D person out there who's already calculated this on our behalf.
I technically had to do that one time,
Uh-huh.
but it was for a living steel tree.
But like I said, we don't
Oh,
have to
not that
necessarily
again.
carry it. We have to, we can roll it. That's easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see here. I want to get back to selecting. So, you chop down this tree. Does someone have an axe? How are you chopping it down?
We have a
We
scimitar.
can ignore. I was gonna say, we can ignore hardness. Remember?
Uh,
You just take the arrowhead, plunge it in, and just start carving pieces of
jeez.
because it ignores hardness.
Okay. You chop it down using an arrowhead.
But
I'm
no, we're gonna use the arrowhead and the pickaxe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We
we have
can use
pickaxe.
that with pickaxe for leverage to push it the way we want it to.
Exactly.
Use it as like a wedge to drive it
Okay.
in the direction we want it. So that way we make sure it falls how we want.
okay. Yeah. You direct a tree. I assume you want it as close as you can. You can probably find one up in this area. Make it a little easier for you. And can someone like draw the direction they want it to fall? Maybe give you some more details on how you get it to where it needs to go. Anyone?
Where approximately are we getting the tree from?
Myself.
About right here. Somewhere over here.
If we're trying to get to this rock, then generally, so that when we could roll it down easier,
Mm-hmm.
you would just, settle it kind of.
You mean it's like in this direction, myself?
You're in the mud. Hang on. There we go.
So it'd be kind of like that,
Okay.
and then heading in the direction of.
So you roll
the right
the
down
one
there.
end, this end, over towards the boat.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Because less work for us. More
I
work
assume
for
the
them.
arrow makes short work of the branches, making this easier to move.
Yeah.
That's your goal. Okay. Okay, yeah, you're able to kind of roll the tree in that direction. It gets a little stuck in the mud after a certain point. It's getting towards the boat, but unfortunately, it is currently. Let's freehand a brown trunk. Currently more towards this. And it just seems to have sunk into the mud quite a ways, actually. It looks to be pointing almost down 20 feet deep at the one end. You also
So
see
at
a
this
bunch of
point-
crabs kind of scuttle out and around away from it.
So, from how much is sinking into the mud, it looks like either we stop trying to do this, or we pull a Monty Python and just keep building on top until it forces itself.
I think it depends how deep the mud is.
Well, about out. Oh, well, hang on. Let's
Well, I think the other thing
At-
to
at
consider
this
is there is
end. I can signify. Come on. At this end, it seems to be down about 20 feet.
I think it should be nearly straight down. That's only 30 feet long.
But technically
yeah,
you can-
but the other thing to consider is the surface pressure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it would sink into mud, given the length.
There is some water at the surface where the tree was sticking out originally.
It's triangle,
Let's get
right?
let,
So
So if
think of it
you
this way: it's
put
compressed the mud.
30 feet,
yeah.
You know what?
So if we got another couple of trees, we could probably just scooch along them.
I'll say we have somebody who can do a decent burrow speed, so we can tunnel through the mud. If you give me 1 second.
We just need a site-to-site transport.
Let me double check something. I might be able to just head over there myself on mud.
Are there any teleport scrolls in this island?
No.
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 Worth a try. What if we spend the afternoon just chopping down loads of trees and building a bridge? Like, just keep lash your couple together.
What's the
I
distance
think
to the rock?
I think we're actually wasting.
It's actually a
to
ship,
find,
and it's 30 feet. Wow. Prow of a ship
Okay.
sticking out of the mud.
Sorry, what were you saying? What were you saying, Miss?
I'm saying we'd be wasting a lot of time if we were to cut too many trees.
Okay.
I say the best idea is to probably take 2 or 3 trunks of trees, tie them together, and build some sort of raft on which we can actually walk upon, and try to push them towards the rock. Maybe it will be stable in some way.
So let me see if I understand. Your
Like a
idea
raft.
is to build pallets and throw them onto the mud.
Oh
Yeah, but on the other hand, they could also sink.
They could, but that would also evenly distribute the weight as opposed to one trunk.
yeah.
Well, I'm
Pull
gonna
the
do
tree
this
back.
first.
Let's chop it up and make a massive square pallet.
I'm gonna spend 10 minutes redoing my spells real quick. And I'm going to, for both of my first level spells, prepare Reduce Person.
Oh, that's cool.
When I do it, reduces my weight to 1/8 of what it currently is.
Okay.
You could probably just run across the mud then, like
Yeah,
like one of those
exactly. That's what
wading
I'm-
birds.
Yeah, that's what he plans to do, I think.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm planning on doing. It's just gonna take me 10 minutes. Slip, 10 minutes pass. It's done, hopefully. But
Alright.
as long as nothing interrupts me and people aren't in a rush to do other stuff.
No, we're fine.
Alright, so yeah, after 10 minutes is up, I'll go and use one of my reduced persons to just run across the mud as a small, light, feathery creature. Whee! And it lasts for
Okay.
2 minutes.
So I'm sorry, I got a little distracted there. Did you do it to more than just you, or just you?
I've only got 2 casts, so I want to save one for coming back if I need it.
That's fair. So you get over to the prow of the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. It is actually, let's see here. You're not quite sure what they had originally on the front of this ship, but it is clear that it's kind of sticking out of the mud. And I'm gonna kind of draw it up top, so. This. Right? And what you see of it, we're gonna do that. There's about yay much of that boat. Okay? So this ship sticks out. You quickly get over there. You are small or tiny?
I would be small.
Small.
But I also probably weigh less than the average small creature.
You do.
Personally.
I believe you would still be able to get across the mud a lot easier. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you'll sink a little bit, but it's not as bad as it would have been. You get across,
Wait,
and you
do we
could
have- do we
climb
have
on
a-
top of it if you wanted, or did you want to try to dig into it? This thing is very secure in the mud.
do we have a contingency to rescue if there's some kind of beast or something there that could attack you and cause you harm?
You do see a couple crabs kind of get out of your way.
Okay.
So it should be mostly okay because of the bonuses from reduced person.
Okay.
So
So what do you do with this?
well, it's no easy way to get in here, right?
You see no way into the ship from this little beam that's sticking out of the water.
So is there any of the actual boat itself, or is it just the front? Just
The very
uh,
top is sticking out. Well, the very front of it. You want to try to just crack it open like a melon? Could possibly
That's
work.
what I was gonna do. Was just see if I could
Okay.
take that amount of an arrowhead and just like carve into the hull of the ship.
Starting to really regret that item, surviving it. Just saying. But okay, yes.
We're not.
So-
We're loving it. I'm learning a lesson for all future, adventures that I might ever undertake.
It's one of the cheapest useful items.
Yep.
Learning that.
Okay, so yes. It'll take you a while. About 20 minutes probably to dig through all the timbers and at least make a hole to look inside.
Oh, in that case, I'll secure myself to the ship.
During that time, can I attempt to catch a few crabs?
Yes. How do you intend to do so? Mage hand?
Dinner.
Okay.